Arcanati 64 here. I'm off to Hamilton, which is over that way, down the street, all the way down there. I am actually in Motherwell. I have told a little white lie to the Scotswell person with ticket buyer, saying, can I get out here with tickets to Hamilton West and Motherwell? And she says, yeah, fine. And they says, oh, you're going back in to go to Hamilton? I said, yes. No, I'm not. I had no intention of doing that. I changed my plans. I was probably just going to get the train to Hamilton. It's about 25 minutes later on. It's about quite a short-ish journey, about 10 minutes. And I had wondered if I might get off at Motherwell at some point and just walk to Hamilton. It's only about 2.5 miles. It's short enough 40. And actually the park, so I was sort of trying to look around. I was here massively before the meeting. I'm here at 10:15 in the morning. I was just cheap train tickets at Newcastle via Carlisle. And I'm here, it's now past, train gone in 1:15. And meeting's about 1:50, something like that. And and just for plans whether I do anything what I do in Hamilton. There's a lot of stuff I've done Hamilton before. There's Glasgow stayed a few years ago, stayed overnight for an evening meeting. So I spent the day in Hamilton, and then the next, before we're going to a meeting in the evening, and then the next morning, most of the afternoon as well. So early afternoon, I think. So I've done the Low Falls at the Cove Museum. It's very warm then, actually. I remember that inside there was warm when I was outside, and I'm not sure I fancy it really. But it's nice in the museum, but it was oppressive actually, the heat. And I think it's going to be, could be roasting if it's a similar situation, because it's relatively warm here. It's not, at the moment, it's not as bad as being down south when there was meetings I went to. They looked quite warm. Where did I go with York? York really was. In both, a couple of recent meetings were definitely incredibly warm. But I think it'll be really good. I've definitely other things to Hamilton with David Cooper statue. I've done with some nice parks. Done before. I just go around the park and hang around a few hours. I think. Unless I want to go to the Falls Museum, maybe. I'll think about it. That's about it. Really, there's some interesting stuff. There's enough stuff in Hamilton, but I've done most of it before. No, really, fancy charging around. So here, got back by Glasgow. I hope we won't meet the tech inspector again. All the danger I'll meet her later on and says, oh, you can come back in, what's going on? We're back, I'm actually via Hamilton to Glasgow. No normal way I might go to Hamilton. I'm not sure I've been via Motherwell to Hamilton before. I think I must have done it at some point. I think I'm in Kilmarnock, looking to get to Ayr. I think I've been to Motherwell before. I mean, changing Motherwell for Hamilton actually. But often gone via the Glasgow low level stuff and then back that way. I need to have to buy some clothes because I've got tasting 3 days in a row. I've got Newbury tomorrow and Cartmel Sunday. I actually need to, Newbury tomorrow, Cartmel Saturday. I need to actually get some clean clothes and stuff. And I started washing at some point, and I suddenly realised this. And realised I can actually pick some clothes up still in Glasgow after a meeting and just take them home by train, which is fine. I'll be somewhere after about 6 o'clock in Glasgow Open. They've sent Glasgow Central. And I luckily found out early to Hamilton. I thought I could. I was wondering if I was actually able to do this. So Hamilton, another time Hamilton, last month to Hamilton. So two meetings in Hamilton. It's the Almeida handicap, which has slightly surprised me, as I thought I'd seen it before. I was tragically, autistic qualified librarian. I have a spreadsheet of races I've been to, including races I haven't been to. Of any races of note, anyway, not with my handicaps or anything. Class 6 type races. There's a few of them today, Hamilton. Bar one meter handicap is quite a minor race, but it's cheap getting him back, so I don't mind it. So it's worth doing enough for that. So, but the main race of interest, like 10,000 plus to winner races, anything class 2, anything with an interesting name. And I meet handicap I knew about, and I thought I'd been to it, but obviously I couldn't find anywhere that hadn't been to it. I think I planned to at some point, and I think it was I just couldn't make a meeting. And that's what it was, and so I never hadn't actually gone to it, despite thinking I had. So you've got Newbury for the Rose something listed race. So Friday, Cartmel is just a fairly decent meeting. And I said in another video I haven't put out. Yes, of course. There's nothing to do with that. York, I think, for York. It's a very nice train journey. We're very slow, but very nice one via everywhere in Cumbria between Carlisle and Cartmel. So I've got Newbury coming up on the 2nd of August. I think that is it at the minute. I was saying I've gone to careful. There's money spending on racing, so I'll see. There's a few race meetings I'm missing off because the trains are really expensive these days. So anything Friday is horrendous actually. Surprised Newbury wasn't too awful. Of course it wasn't, but it wasn't great. So we've got 3 hours. Get to eat at some point. A sandwich and a coffee at Greg's. Going up Newcastle Station. My normal fullback of Central News, it wasn't open at the minute. Up at the station, I prefer it a little bit cheaper and with some decent stuff, quite of good value. But that wasn't open. Where was I? I saw some yesterday, a few days back. I don't know where was I? I'm getting old, 53, and I'm getting really. I say something and think someone fed me own name. Or someone else in this horse racing. What on earth was that? No, can't remember. I went to do something somewhere. A nice sandwich, or breakfast rather, thing, and I have no idea where it was. What have I been doing in my life? Did I talk? Was it to do something? Sorry, just rambling. I just don't remember where I was. Let's see, was a train? No, oh my goodness grief, I'm getting old. I am losing the plot totally. It's getting to a stage where I can't remember anything at all. Yes, it was a nice breakfast somewhere, and I went somewhere for something. I can't remember racing, as I haven't been racing, with stuff from York. I'm sure, where in God's name was I? Was it a train? It wasn't a bus, it wasn't a metro. It must have been a train. I was a dumb yesterday, it wasn't for that, but I was a dumb actually, a very interesting thing. I mentioned one video, I talked by Steve Cram. This wasn't that though. It was his 40th anniversary of his 19 days, which I suddenly found accidentally last week. Suddenly it was on. I was just looking at it. So that's what's happening with Dover Magala Theatre. When it happened, next week it's a few sticks left from the Steve Cram event. And the first of his world record, I think it's 1500 world record. It was the 40th anniversary of that event. So it was an interview basically with very interesting talk with Steve Cram. Paul Radcliffe turned up a little bit later on in the talk. Talked with her a bit as well. She's done later on in the event. It was a really, really enjoyable thing. Great, more Pete Elliott for myself in the 80s. 3 people. The other 2 was a fan between co-event and Cram was Peter Elliott. So always seemed to be. He always seemed. Like the other 3, we always seemed, cruising through. Elliot always seemed to be working hard, but he's of course won the 1990 Commonwealth 1500 metres. Great effort there against the best top athletes in the world, being the Kenyans at that time, and who were, the dangers doing that. But it's effectively world championship, I would have thought. Missing. The Europeans weren't there. Harold probably the main person, not who went on to be European champion. There was the main person who wouldn't have been there in the Commonwealth Games. But anyway, so that's where I'm going to seeing him. I've got a few guided walks. I've got a choice of 2 actually next Sunday, and I thought one of them looks like interesting in Durham. I think I have to miss possibly because I've got an event, Shakespeare I think play. I think I was looking Sunderland. I still get to 2, so I'll probably do one with Newcastle. The guys going to walk instead. I'll have to look at my transport for that. I'm still trying to think what hell this breakfast was. Something. What day is this? I don't know if it's horse racing. Today's Thursday. What was I doing yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. Was it Tuesday? Monday? Oh, I don't know. I'll see if I remember. I'll put it up. Yes, indeed, Grandad. I just remembered that York's not the most recent racecourse I went to. So I think I've talked about this in a video before. And I remember Seville. I went to Seville on Sunday. Well, so Newark. Seville. Let me Seville. And I was eating in Newark because there was a train issue. I was supposed to go by Nottingham, but when I realised, I can go by Newark, that's okay, because of a train delay and I can get an early train. That's it. That's where I was. There was a Newark, and I remember where I started thinking it had to be horse racing, and suddenly started realising that, and I was thinking, where's that been? Part of the issue here is I'm sort of next to a lake, very nice lake, boundary based on Hamilton. Is I'm a bit over 2 stone overweight, or maybe 3 stone. I'm not quite sure what my class is. We're probably 3 stone. Knackered, but the weather is not good. I'm not great for the heat. It's not even as hot as it's been. But I was going to walk around the lake. I didn't have time to get there for the first race at Hamilton. But I was walking along for about 5 minutes. And I was thinking, God, it's hard work this. The heat, there's lack of a breeze in certain parts along this woodland part area. It's a nice little place. Dear me. The problem is I'm sat on a seat. And the risk of being sunburned, bizarrely. Because he was behind me, I was like, there's a risk of it. Because if I don't start moving or anything, it could well happen. So I got about 2 hours for the first race. I could have walked around the lake, I hadn't enough time to do it, but I'm suddenly... I just don't know if I feel like in the heat either, really. I'm thinking, I'll probably go the other way. It's about an hour from here to the racecourse. So I could even go now. I think I could go. We're not going to eat before too long. Maybe I'll wander off again, actually. Because I could get there, see a horse in parade ring, 15 minutes or the pre-parade ring, 15 minutes before first race. Yeah, I think I might do that. But it is hot. It's just... Breeze is alright, it's a nice place, this. But it's a thing, it's wobbled as like on Newbury tomorrow. I don't know whether it's been like we're at Cartmel Saturday. I'm actually going to miss the first race at Cartmel unless there's a bus. I have to look into this because the races aren't very helpful. I think a little unpopular. Some prices I think people are saying how much they should be, and I think the organisation that when I went off COVID, what you see about COVID wasn't great. I remember I think I said a couple of times when Cartmel that I found out myself I was walking across the right away, which it's a 40-minute walk right away from basically the train station to back at the racecourse. I hadn't let it up at the time. Cartmel weren't letting people cross the enclosures, so I couldn't get to horse and parade ring. It was just stuck on the other side of the sort of picnic area, and it was rather boring situation to say the least. There's nothing to do, and the horse looked out or anything, and I was not impressed actually. And here we've got a situation. I was certainly impressed with the first race, if there is one. But Cartmel sort of thing used to be sort of timetable something. And I'm sort of changed up to the website where was one of the buses. They were, last I looked anyway. There's no information on buses to Cartmel. The racecourse. The station racecourse, just no information at all. And look now, it might be up there now. I'm not sure, but it wasn't there then. The whole thing's a bit unimpressive. So what I'm expecting I'll have to do is to walk. I don't find it's not keen for any taxi. First race is very minor race anyway. I don't find it's a taxi for it. So I'll just walk along 40 more minutes, just to maybe slightly above. From the station there to the back end of the racecourse and miss the first race and then get there for that second race. Well, I can't just look quickly up something. I'll be nasty. Misnamed Ladies' Day. Hadn't even realised that when I booked it was Ladies' Day. Oh well, that should be fun. Well, I suddenly accidentally ended up a 6th furlong start at Hamilton. I didn't quite intend to come, but took a diversion sort of. So I walked from Motherwell Station a long time, about 3 hours. To Hamilton, rather than actually between Motherwell to Hamilton. So there you go, it's a 6th furlong start, but it's a place called the Furlongs along here. I don't think it's alright to attempt us to go down there and see what's down there, because I've got quite a bit of time. I might actually do that to see what else down there. I'm not sure it's the right away. But anyway, this is a Hamilton racecourse of a 6th furlong start. Well, middle of Hamilton meeting, I checked my train time. I don't know quite why I did, but there's no real reason to, and I thought, oh god. But it was an absolute nightmare. There's been traffic, over power line issues or something affecting the Glasgow low line. After everything out, I was getting Hampton West to Glasgow, Carlisle, Castle, and it was I'm really distracted in the entire meeting for a long time because I was desperately working out doing home. I didn't want to hang around. There was an alternative actually. Hamilton 7:58 to Motherwell to Carlisle, kind of cancel last train. I'd have been fine there because obviously, clearly, I missed. It was got the last train that was Carlisle because I had a valid ticket. A bit of train delay, so perfectly fine. Problem being, I've got a 6 o'clock train tomorrow morning. I go to Newbury and I go via Leeds. I'm pretty sure. And I just, I didn't want to get back home 2 hours later. And I'm about 6 hours sleep now. If I got originally, it'd be 4.5. And I don't know how to do this because there was no obvious way. I mean, I did at some point see getting a bus to Motherwell. We were walking, I had enough time actually. I had to start the final race. No matter what happened, I had to leave, I think, for a final race. I don't think there was really any option. I did leave for a final race. There was a possibility of walking to Motherwell, and there was also a bus. And then I realised that was a bit of a twat. Because I thought, hang on, did this train I was catching just direct? I thought, and I checked some issues into it. I thought it was a train from Glasgow South to Carlisle, and I think it doesn't stop anywhere. And I checked, it was my train. So it had to go Motherwell up to Glasgow and back down again. Oh, this is useless. But it's fine for once. It's not always the best site with travel line sites, but it's useful here. And I realised, it's another option. It's a bus. And I'm walking down the middle of Hamilton, nearly got wrong way without stupidly, and sorted out, pub I often go to in Hamilton. And wait for my real air was just past Hamilton by, basically. It's a bit more in Motherwell. But, this pub, it's a nice pub. I used to overnight Glasgow State 3 years ago. I spent there. It's a karaoke. I hate karaoke, to be honest. But actually, there was some some real ale for once on that pub. The only some ones is. But that karaoke was good. It was again some Elvis, I think. It was actually really quite high quality for what I think karaoke normally is. Maybe all kinds of people do that, but it's not something it's something I really have no interest in at all. But then I managed to run a bus from near that pub to Glasgow, especially Express. It stopped only at Cathedral Street in Glasgow, and then I think went on somewhere. I can't remember where else it went on to. 2 stops actually. And I'd go and do some shopping in Primark and needed some clean clothes for tomorrow. I just hadn't got any. I had expected, and Reggie did find enough time to get into Glasgow. When it starts raining, my voice slightly starts functioning with batteries running out. Isn't helpful, but I managed to sort it out. And now in Glasgow, in Carlisle, waiting for my Virgin Catholic. It's been a stressful meeting, frankly. I know people have harder times than me, some issues of race meeting. But what do you want to get? I want to get home. Could have maybe on a final race and got home 2 hours later, I don't know, but it's just, if I had everything been equal, I hadn't missed meeting 6 o'clock tomorrow, this train 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'd have hung around, I think, and then I'd be playing to this pub in Hamilton. I got to 9:58, but there's just no option. I just wanted to go
For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
Okay, and I will do. Indeed, yes. But yeah, so in the end, I've managed to just be sorted out. I mean, it's fine. I try to look at the 4th of Newbury. I have a horrible feeling Northern. Some of these train companies actually, with their wife, block racing stuff, like Racing Post and sort of betting sites. And I'm trying to do Racing Post. So the 4th of Newbury, I'm not sure how long I have when I get back in. I don't really want to hang around. I would like to try and get a bed, frankly. As soon as possible. I'm not a morning person best of times, but certainly don't have to have about 4:50 basically. Really 6 o'clock train before Rose stakes. I can't. I still have something. As I said, there was some big stakes. I said Cartmel Saturday, and so on Sunday it's nothing to do with this. I've got to walk to from the Stockton Darlington. There's a Stockton Darlington Way away to 100th anniversary of that.
The next train to arrive at platform 3 will be the 1953 Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow Central. Calling at Glasgow Central only. This train is formed of 11 coaches.
Yes,
you can find the shop in Coach C for delicious hot and cold refreshments. First class coaches can be found at the rear of the train in zones 1 to 4. Standard coaches are at the front of the train in zones 5 to 10. Unreserved seating can be found in coaches C, U and G.
AA voices do lack, I feel, the feeling about that. I know that's it, but delicious, I think, might be good descriptions. Actually, I suspect NER food is, on the whole, is not very good. I know it's not NER, but I mean, I love it to income. I mean, it's a bit ridiculous, really. So that's going to be, it's going to be it for today.
For the 2000 Northern service to Whitehaven, calling at Dalston, Wigton, as Patria, Maryport, Flimby, Workington, Harrington, Parton and Whitehaven. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
I'll work out if that's Cartmel goes around Whitehaven as well as Workington. I don't know, I might do both until I can't remember myself. That's a Saturday.
Platform 3 for the 1953 Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow Central. Calling at Glasgow Central only. This train is formed of 11 coaches.
Yes, I just said that. So that's it. And I do, seriously, if I hadn't checked for some reason my transport details in the middle of a meeting, I would have been stuffed. So I've gone to Hampton West and City West no trains. And I may guess we're going to go the other way. I'm probably I probably would have worked out that I could have got to Motherwell. You know, walking or bus. And so I've worked out the solution, but it would not have been fun certainly to find out then. Just one transport is after yesterday, and I might put this together. I'm not sure how much I'm getting back. And nearly I've one positive still. I'm not sure. Gave from West of Met Station to Central Station. I just missed a metro by a minute, and so my train's half an hour to Central Station. And the metro next to it says it's 39 minutes, which means I missed a metro. I mean between. Luckily, I hit a button to. My query button says minutes metro is, this is 29 minutes, and I go, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I mean, what's going on? They're just metro being cancelled, and as I often say, being ambassador service now in the last 2 years, the worst I've got this since the metro system in Newcastle in 1980, and the last 2 years, the worst service in its history, despite the new trains. And so I hit a button, I managed to speak to some other staff, and what's going on here? And they say, oh, it's about 6 minutes, and it's like the metro hasn't entered service yet, so that's why it's not come up yet. Well, that's never happened, I think. That's very well that's happened. Now, yeah, here we go, 5 minutes. It's just come up now, not 29 minutes. I did point out to him what's going on. It was not good. I mean, you can't tell people it's 29 minutes. And then suddenly now it is. It's for now 4 minutes even. That's rather a relief. So I'm off to Newbury. 17th, Newbury, 16th, maybe 17th, I'm not sure. I might as well put it up, I remember. But once I was unlimited racing, I got a chance to go to McCarran Casket in Newbury, and I probably actually never seem to work out my trains to actually get to a living place. But bizarrely, the race looks like 2 hours before the first race. I'm not quite sure. I think my cheapest sort of ticket, which is the cheapest ticket I think the ones you can get, I think you have to enter Reading. I think the ones which don't go directly to Newbury race because they're more expensive. There's every hour, there's gets in half 12, half 1, half 2, and I always have areas the half 1's cancelled and missed the first race. There's only a 6 race card as well. But I might just keep an eye on stuff, but I don't know if there's anything to do really. I mean, instead, there's not enough time to go through a gallery, any places like that. I don't quite understand enough time, but it's just sort of in the sort of thing where there's too little time to do a lot, really, and not enough, and too much time when I get to a racecourse. So I might just, I've actually got a Dante Purgatory every course listen to, vaguely contribute to between 1 and 2:30. That is all interesting stuff, I have to say. But that, I'm about to get to Paradiso. For WA, that's the Workers' Education Association, hadn't seen a massive increase of prices. I might do some more WA courses later on. But certain course, one course I couldn't do because I was doing decided I wanted to do a Shakespeare course, which I preferred in person, someone I know. I was doing some courses in WA and I had to get a refund on one of them. I didn't have to do, maybe, I have to say. Which is, I would have done that course. That course is effectively trebled. It was £44 for 6 sessions and £72 for 3 sessions now. It's basically trebled and per session for a 2-hour session. And we were cheap because they were subsidised, but it's got from cheap to expensive immediately. I seem to think costs are competitive when not. I mean, actually, gallery and oyster collection, I do some of their courses online, and they're cheaper. Not massively so, but they are cheaper. Who are competitive with, I have no idea. I mean, person in London, maybe, I don't know. And maybe more expensive in person in London, I have to say. But as a bit of horse racing, of course, I forget the name of the list of races. Rose Bowl, is it? I always a Rose, whatever sakes, at Newbury. I've been to every group of grades. I haven't said this for a while, but every group of grade races in Britain. The list of races is about 8 to 10? Maybe slightly less than 10 now. I've not been to. There's a couple I would have liked to have gone to, but train costs are very expensive, so I haven't done those. So I'm off to Cartmel tomorrow, a nice but slow train at June. I'm going to miss the first race almost certainly. Unless there's a few races, I don't think there is. There's possibly a taxi at Cartmel station. It depends on what I feel like. You go first paying really. It's a very nice walk though, but it's just over 40 minutes to Cartmel from the train station on the right of way. I said a few times I've got Newbury coming up on the 2nd of August. I don't think there is anything else. Metal's coming now. There's another one in 4 minutes time. Both of those actually weren't on the schedule. Literally when I got here a few minutes back. And it's not good. I think it's not good. I mean, you can't, because I could have, if I'd done about 40 minutes instead of half an hour, I could have might have just walked in and just about made the first of the race. Anyway, there you go. Metal's coming. Well, second in my life ended up in hundreds of race meetings half an hour before the race course actually opens. First was Cheltenham. I think it was after one time I was going on the train, I think, in rather than staying overnight, stayed overnight. And we're half an hour first race, and a lot of people waiting, and of course they just waited half an hour. Basically, it didn't open early, and I expect Newbury would do the same. I just ended up earlier trying to expect to have Newbury out of Reading. So maybe I did wonder about Cameron Castle for heading back down again. I didn't fancy paying for a ticket to Newbury itself from the race course and coming back. But it's going up at 4 at Cameron Castle, that's out. And there's some other pubs are sort of hovering around, but there's only one within a fair day. It was just a bit of a trek to any real old pubs at all, and I'm not sure that's quite warm. I don't know if I feel like a pint really. It's just a bit warm. I know, so my better off in the evening, I think, or at least 6 o'clock when I'm having getting to. I think I'll have to walk to Cowan Cask actually. I don't think there's a train, so I'll have to do that. It's fast. But anyway, I don't think I'll open early. I'll have to see. I had my pint in my Cowan Cask. It's like first word panic, and I got there, and actually, I'm having interest coming in now. I mean, it's literally almost 10 minutes early. It's amazing. I don't quite know what's going on here. What I'm about to get into Newbury. I mean, it says Newbury Station, not Newbury Racecourse for once. And and it was so warm inside, and I was how pint and you look getting outside, and then some surface person ahead of me nicked the seat outside, but luckily there was another seat outside, another table outside, because it was really warm inside. It was actually impressive, it really was. It was really rather comfortable drinking a pint. So that's okay. I'm about to get on my train. It leaves in 8 minutes. I don't know why it's so early. That's very odd. Going straight through Newbury, past Newbury Racecourse, didn't stop there, or stop at Red Cart apparently. A Reading, I only had one pint. And Paddington, I say I got Cartmel tomorrow, missed the first race, which is a little bit annoying but nice journey. I took a bit of a form. That should be everything. Newbury the 2nd of August. I don't know if I do anything else. I mean, cost of stuff. I'll have another look. I've been a bit caught up in other stuff, so I'll have a look at maybe what we've got, because I've not looked at the rest of August, September I've not looked at it all yet. I don't think it's August, or have I not checked August maybe? I need to August not checked. And just have a look and see if any or perhaps cheaper local meetings I might go to. Parker 1964 here. 3 race courses in 3 days. It's Hamilton, then Newbury yesterday, and Cartmel today. So I think it's the 4th time I can't, maybe 5, I'm pretty sure it's 4. Saying I want to miss the first race, I'm certainly, I just want to get a taxi, maybe I don't notice anything like that out of Cartmel station. It's getting too late for the first race, that's the only problem. I'm very slow, very picturesque way, 3 hour best box away from Carlisle to Cork. I'm not very good at sharing taxis with people. I might just try, I don't know. I'll see what happens if someone out of people on the train. But maybe people, Race Course bus, or not meant to say free. The website isn't very good. It says a link to a website saying, well, you can look for buses to companies who have the buses and I've looked a couple times on the website, and there's been no information at all. I might never have a look. I suspect they're getting too late for the bus anyway when it leaves. I don't know. Also, it might take a look while I get in as well. I'm first at Cartmel meeting. There's a bank holiday. It's an 8 to get in my bus actually, so I'll still probably miss the first race. Also, a decent meeting. The Crystal Cup. Trying to remember what I'm going to Cartmel for. I say next meeting I've got is 2nd of August is Newmarket July course. I've been there now since 2019 twice. I've been trying to get there, and there's been train strike on the day, and finally, hopefully this time round, I will actually get to the race course. So that's about it. It might be raining. Actually, I can't remember what it is. I forgot. I was just in my house. Well, hang on a minute. Didn't I, when I was checking race cards, and I didn't have much time last night. We went up in Newbury, so I checked before my comment on the 12 train a bit, just during the day, really. And I'm a night, and I noticed that, and I had to admit it. I noticed that I may have gone without a coat, and I think it's going to rain quite a bit actually. When I'm going to be there to get to a race course, so it's not going to come. So I have time to coat with me. It's quite warm as well, so it's not really ideal at all. It could be rather, getting a wet coat and hot heat is not fun in the best of times. So yeah, so you're going to cast to Cartmel, so to Carlisle. There's a slow way of getting there, much quicker way of getting back because I want to actually get it back. And I'll walk. Something unrelated tomorrow. We're at St George's, walk, Darlington. I do a Stockton Darlington anniversary, friends of, and it's a railway with friends. 200th anniversary of that railway. And then that might, I'd say a minute. I don't know. I'm trying to fit. I have some possible race meetings, but I don't want to spend too much money at the minute, and I just need to spend a bit more money than I'd like on stuff. So I just need to keep an eye on that. So I'll just see if there's anything cheap I might want to do. At the minute, there's not, and I'll have to look. Just do some meetings. It's a possibility. It's quite a few of them. I'll look into that. BT website might have updated some stuff for September by now. Actually, it's not the best. It's a bit erratic updating stuff, so it can't be too long before it does now September as well as August. So I'll go and look and see if there's anything else I want to do. In Carlisle Station, there's another near transport disaster. As always, a fear I had. I was going back from Barrow. This time we're going in. It was Newcastle, Carlisle, Cartmel, Barrow, very slow journey, very nice, attractive but slow journey. We're back the same way actually, but actually changing at Barrow. So obviously Barrow, Carlisle, and now Carlisle, Newcastle. There was danger of a 5-minute change at Barrow. There was a risk of a train coming in with a late would be a problem. Now, I always have the same minds. I always wonder. It was I think normally I was fine, but some you think accidentally or deliberately missing something. I think it's actually stupidity. Some of them misunderstand that a split ticket counts the same as a normal ticket. So say I had a Cartmel ticket without any splitness, it was always a split. As Barrow, Carlisle, Castle all split tickets. It counts the same for train delays as if it's it's in train rules basically, or companies. That will come the same as a to Newcastle ticket, so you get on a later train, and then there's probably not one out in Carlisle to Newcastle. The after one I'm going to get now wasn't one, so God sort of done. Maybe put a taxi on, possibly. Going to Newcastle, that's what potentially might have to have done. I think, unless you want to try and put some of the people overnight, I don't know. Luckily, it's not another that situation. Another taxis there because there was a 5 minute. Now, interesting, a 5 minute. Change of bows actually under the rules it was actually the minimum connection time thing. It's like you was 5 minutes I don't know, Master Victoria or Master Piccadilly. I mean you like, oh hello, yes.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
The old AI voice. It took me years to realise that was an AI voice. I really did think it was just someone. Eventually I looked into it. You can't still be doing the same bleeding messages. And I say in another video, I think it's actually got a nickname, a female voice apparently. So if there's a 5 minute, Newcastle Central or 5 minute, the 5 minute connection time, we're perfectly correct. It would say, well, I thought you've not got enough time to make your connection. It was delayed, and you have to sort yourself out. But Barrow actually has a 5 minute connection time is under rules, and in fact, National Rail would have brought that up as well. so it was perfectly legitimate ticket. But the problem is the train going into Cork was going to whether it was like 10 minutes late, I got slightly late. I'm like, oh god, what happens here? Because I can't get back via Barrow going north, because there's only one, the only train, I think it's train, I don't think it was Carlisle, where it can far north it goes from Barrow, but still wouldn't make the Carlisle train, and be well past it. The only way technically south, back down from Barrow to Lancaster, and then north Lancaster to the Avantia, assuming, or whoever it is, to Newcastle, to Carlisle and across to Newcastle. The problem is that ticket wouldn't be valid, so you have to have a return manager or whatever at Barrow Station sort something out. As it was, and I'm getting towards Barrow Station at the times, and that train's actually about 5 minutes late anyway. But then the train gets incredibly slow into Barrow from Cork. And I think it's because it was going out, it was actually ending at Barrow maybe, and it just kept, it was taking all year. It took, so you might think my imagination just trying to hope it got into Barrow, but it did seem like it was a few minutes slower than it was going the other way out Barrow going south. But so now I've got to miss this train. I just might have whether it was going to be delayed, and then it was clear that it was on the underpass, Barrow, the other platform. I was clear then realising we're holding the train actually, as well. And there's quite a few, about 15 to 20 maybe, I'm not quite sure how many people trying to get this train. And it's clear they're holding the train until people got across. Now whether already were doing it, and that's what someone said, I'm not sure. That's possible. There was another train going north later on that direction, just doing it to Carlisle, and see it not in time for this train. So I don't know, so that's solved at least. So I ended up going with the train, and I get a train from Carlisle to Newcastle. Meeting was okay. Weather wasn't, it was mixed. It was kind of a bit of rain and humid. It was really humid. It was actually a bit uncomfortable on the second race. Like Hamilton, it was a bit, and some others have been. Maybe Hamilton wasn't quite so bad, I think. Newbury was, and then one or two others. It was just so humid. It was actually, I had a raincoat with me, and it was because of the weather. But also trying to wear the bling thing was rather uncomfortable because it was so hot. And it was I don't have to take Cartmel. It's an odd racecourse. They call it quite quirky, but it's like Bang On D, I feel. And a bit like Chester as well. Bang On D, a very strange designed racecourse, where the stands, I say the stands again, I must have not called it stands, because there was a clip, but not. I think it's actually a video of Peter Sullivan talking horses going past the stands at Bang On D, and then saying, well, there aren't any stands, of course, at Bangor, because there aren't any. It's just a viewing platform more than anything else. And it's perpendicular. You see the horse going towards the finishing line. It's a very strange designed racecourse. And someone in mind was thinking earlier on of the job from the original, this is the first 1994 Ghostbusters film, was it Zool and the like, and whoever it was, the architect who had hated humanity, had set up a building because he hated humanity, he wanted it to end, and his followers wanted that. And I'm thinking, like, some people designed Cartmel and Bang On D racecourse, possibly Chester, with that view. They just hated people. It's just so difficult to see anything. And the only way you get a decent view is, I think, with hospitality, and you can get quite high up. But you either see the winning post and see nothing else, or you can see it back straight in a bit, and as they go past, there are two sort of stand areas, and you see the horses big, but you see them the horses coming down with winning post towards you, like Bang On D is. And I'm not, it's happened to a fan I am of the racecourse actually, really. It's also quite muddy as a, got back with right of way, and what I forgot about right way, I knew it was about 40 minutes, so it's slightly longer, it's a little bit longer. And I was hoping to get Rolondis, well, I thought it used to be Rolondis, but I've changed its name, it looks like. Shop before it closed, but I mean, I think it closed at 8, which is a relief. But then again, well, you even got there, didn't get the train back about 5 minutes after the shop. Took a little while because people ahead of me just paying right out of shop, it looked like, frankly. And I managed to get there with some stuff because I just needed a drink or something to eat because I had nothing since about, I don't know, 8 o'clock or something in the morning. And there's no easy to buy anything really, and there's no, unless you want to sort of eat outside, I think it's not a convenient place. And there's literally there's nowhere to get anything anywhere else until we got to Newcastle at home and about 20 to 12 for tonight. I'd have no chance because Barrow, I say Barrow, there's 5 minute change. Well, Carlisle was nothing in Carlisle. Could maybe pop out and get a drink from a local shop, but there's no sandwiches anywhere in Carlisle. So I found that also in Harrogate, not to Ripon, and at one point also Redcar. I think it's a supermarket around now, Redcar. But after 6 o'clock, there's just no open. Easily just to find a sandwich, it seems. Not easily, anyway. But I could have popped and got a drink. But I think I'm alright. Luckily, we got to the shop and we got some stuff, but it wasn't. Indeed, I want to say something else, and I completely, of course, forgot. Yeah, also White Away. Yeah, and it's what I forgot. White Away is how uphill part of it is. I just assumed because you end up going quite far downhill into Cark from the racecourse, and it's all the way downhill. There's a bit of a Hexham White Away, which is I've talked a few times before. You go past with a not reservoir. What is it? Is it a reservoir? There's something. Oh, I forget what it. A waterworks. Something to water. I think I remember. You go past there and through to Hexham racecourse. It's very high up on that. I told you, going up, it's not higher up, but part of the White Away you actually go up and down quite a bit. And it's a bit of it's more test than Cartmel's one is certainly. You know, Brighton and Carlisle ones where it's high up. It is so you can just keep going up, and it's not. It's just uphill. It's difficult uphill, but you're not going down up a bit. But Cartmel is more. I didn't realise. I forgot how chunks of it are actually quite uphill. You're going from racecourse back to Cark, and so it's more difficult than I thought. And quite hard work. It can be quite hard to work actually, but it was nice enough walk right away. I haven't said this. I don't think it made a difference at the end. I wasn't expecting to make the first race, but then there was actually a racecourse bus at the station. Okay, £5. I thought, oh, go on, let's see if the outsider's making it. First, held up by some rather annoying woman who I think decided they wanted to go pop off to a toilet, remember, the portal cam, and then come back in again. And it was just some people who knew her, and I'm thinking, if it's just a jokey comment, I wouldn't have to about what she was doing to her or to each other. To be honest, I wasn't impressed. I didn't say anything. I was pretty unimpressed, frankly. Your bus was I thought was trying to leave. And I was thinking, yeah, come on, you're not the only person on this bus. Other people on this bus as well wanted to leave. I've only just hung on for just about 5 minutes and just didn't go, and I don't know why. Someone got on at the end, but no, we were waiting for a train. Well, no one was coming. I mean, the ladies, I admit, there were slightly misnamed ladies there. It's unkind, maybe. It wasn't that bad. But I just see. Just hung on for 5 minutes and didn't move, and I got there just as because there's an odd designed racecourse. In a part of it, you can't, because there was stuff being in the middle. A lot of stuff is in the middle of a racecourse. I understand, like Chester is, and it was stuck on the outside, and it was too close to a race to get across. Worcester actually is similar-ish, I think, in a way you can get across the racecourse and put some of the sand down. When we entered the sand downs like that. But I might have watched the sort of race, and actually saw one where I had a winner sort of as a sort of part. It was even Bunny or someone like that favourite, so I wasn't surprised. I could just see it going down the home straight. I could see it from the angle I could see it out of it to one. It wasn't bad, awful camera view place, but it wasn't what I'd intended. But I mean, we couldn't get across. Now I have to say, I suspect they cut that off. We went to cut that off in 5 or 10 minutes before the race. When they did, the way in, I suspect it would be more nearer 10 minutes than 5. I would have thought. I don't know. I was still hovering around, but I mean, I hope he had bus has taken age to leave, which took well longer than he maybe could have done. I missed the first race, but it was. But I just find it a bit. It's a bit of a pain. I just don't. Cartmel. I don't know. I'm not. There's a meeting I wanted to get to, and so I have. But it's just a very nice train journey, but I just wonder, it's not. Design of it's not good, I have to say. I think you can watch it racing in different places, and of course that's always something different, but being different isn't always good, and it's one of the things that its uniqueness can end quite quickly, frankly. I think there's been complaints that it recently made more expensive. One or two other things I can't quite remember. I mean, just of course, it was waistcoat. Took an ages when I saw waistcoat. In fact, actually, it had to be in cash. There's no problem, but card didn't work. Otherwise, I was trying to buy London, so card didn't. I had to sit the card because card didn't work as sort of when you're putting on whatever you do, when you're putting the car on top of the machine and it just works. It didn't work there either, so maybe the car's an issue as well. I think it's one reason it maybe it's been something strange. Maybe it's the card, to be fair. Because you instructed to sell me a race card, but I'm not sure. I don't think I'll be on a Cartmel just to go to Cartmel, frankly.